today is a very tragic day. We just got the news that Vinnie Paul died. Hit me pretty hard yesterday. I spent the day listening to Pantera and hellyeah music pretty much all day. It's hard for me to take. I have many memories of Vinnie Paul, him always being professional and really cool. Like, he's just a super cool guy. He was always genuine and always like really nice to meet. Like, he never kind of blew off his fans or anything like that. Like, if you would go up to him, I remember I was in Florida, and which is actually where I live now, but I was about to get on Shiprocked, and I walked up to him in a restaurant, and he came into that bar, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's Vinnie Paul, it's Vinnie Paul, it's Vinnie Paul," and everyone was kind of like, like almost surrounding him, but not really. And I walked up to him, and I walked up to, actually, he was sitting there with hellyeah, and I didn't know the members of hellyeah, and I actually sat right next to him, and I was like, "Hey man, can I take a picture with you real quick?" And he was like, "Hell yeah." That's what he said to me, and I'll always remember that. Like, I'll always remember that. He looked at me and was like, "Hell yeah." And I will never forget that moment, like that I had, that I experienced with him. Because I know he could have just been like, "Man, come on, like, I'm going to dinner, like, give me a fucking break." And I snapped a picture real quick, and then I was out. But Pantera means a lot to me, I got Pantera tattooed on my arm right there, Pantera. Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to me. When I heard the news, I was blown away. It was crazy. And the only thing I could think of was, the moments I got to spend with him. So on Shiprocked, actually, I bought a bottle of tequila and took it on here. So I don't know if you can see this. This isn't it. No, that's not it. Nope. This one. Oh. Boom. Vinnie Paul's drumstick. So, just want to share a quick story with you real quick about this drumstick in particular. We were on Shiprocked, actually, and it wasn't this one. It was another one. I have this, but I got all my stuff packed away, so it's kind of hard for me to dig out stuff. But this is the actual drumstick that he had. So that had happened to me. Like, I actually was at the bar and I met Vinnie Paul, and my wife was like, "Oh my God, like, that's awesome," or whatever. And then we got on Shiprock, so we got on the cruise with him, which is it's a metal cruise where all these bands play, rock bands and metal bands and stuff. And hellyeah happened to be on there, so Vinnie Paul was going to be on the cruise with us. And when we were on, they played the deck, like the third night in, I think. And when they played, Vinnie Paul had like 100 drumsticks, and he was just like flicking them, right? He's flicking all these drumsticks out. He's flicking all these drumsticks out, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And every single time that a drumstick came near, I was trying to grab it. I couldn't get it. Like, for whatever reason, I couldn't get one. So he took a drumstick and looked right at me, because he had known that I had missed a drumstick. He knew I was real close to getting a drumstick once, and so he flicked another drumstick, like right at me. He pointed at me because he knew I missed a drumstick, and he pointed at me, and I was like, yeah, throw me another drumstick. So he throws a drumstick towards me, and it takes this curvature, right? Like it comes right at me, and then starts. It hits the wind because we're on a cruise boat, so it hits this wind and like comes back in, and so I'm up, up. So on Shiprocked, basically it's you're on one level, and then you're on the main deck. So it's like the pool level, right? But the pool's drained. So I was up on top of the pool. These people are in the pool, or like the little like hot tub area or whatever. So he throws it, and it hits the wind, and it comes back in, and I actually dove on top of these women, and just to get the drumstick. I got the drumstick, and these women were just so incredibly pissed, and I'll always remember that for as long as I live. Those women were like, "You can have it, you can have it." And it was this drumstick right here, and it was actually from Vinnie Paul. My wife was there, and she just got to experience that with me, and it was just so freaking cool. But yeah, I couldn't say kinder words for Vinnie Paul. He was a good man. He was a rock star, man. He's a rock star. We're gonna miss him. I love hellyeah, and I love Pantera. Obviously, I love Pantera. Yeah, I mean, the metal community is losing somebody today, so that really sucks. But hopefully we can take our stories and yeah, and we'll make a memory of them. And my daughter, of course, will not leave me frick alone right now because she knows I'm making a video. Thank you. Say bye.
Bye.
Thank you.